This is CBS 12 News at 5.
Now at 5, Governor DeSantis sending help to the border, the aid that's soon to be on its way.
3 women arrested for trying to scam a local restaurant, what they did and how they were caught.
Plus, searching for a motive after gunfire from a moving vehicle in the middle of the street. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us. I'm Liz Quirantes.
And I'm Jim Grimes.
A beautiful sunny day today. Will it stick around?
Yeah, let's get a first check of our forecast with our chief meteorologist, Vitas Reed. Hi, Vitas.
Hey, guys. Yes, it was a beautiful day and still is a beautiful day out there. We have comfortable temperatures in the mid-70s with gorgeous sunshine, low winds, and it looks like we're going to see that same type of weather sticking around, kicking off the weekend for Friday and for part of the weekend. We do have rain to talk about, but let's first talk about the good stuff. It looks like we're seeing nice sunshine out there, just a few high, thin, scattered clouds. As you look at our quad cams from Port St. Lucie, lovely conditions there. Vero Beach, we'll all see a gorgeous sunset tonight. Okeechobee and Delray, very comfortable if you wanted to go out and just sit by the water and enjoy the afternoon. It looks like what we're seeing, our temperature is pretty comfortable, sitting at 70 degrees West Palm, Boca Raton 72, 66 right now in Stewart, Fort Pierce 67 degrees as well as Vero. May need a light jacket heading into the overnight, but for the most part, we're looking at pretty comfortable temperatures. As we cool off tonight, we should be in the mid-50s, a little bit lower 50s inland, but we are probably going to be warming up just a tad bit as we go through the next couple of days. Winds aren't too much of a factor. As you see, they're kind of out of the northeast, anywhere from about 5 to 10, and that's where we'll stay over the next day or so. It looks like dry conditions. We're under the dry weather pattern. Offshore, maybe a few sprinkles in those clouds, but they'll stay offshore. Looking at 57 degrees, mostly clear, cool and dry. Inland, maybe temperatures in the lower 50s, and we'll see those temperatures warming into the weekend, but then we have some changes by Sunday. I'll time that out for you and have a closer look at when that rain arrives coming up.
Well, the fight to secure the southern border is getting more help now. Governor Ron DeSantis sending the National and State Guard to Texas to support an Operation Lone Star.
We have team coverage tonight on the chaos at the border. Dylan Huberman is sitting down with the Martin County Sheriff as he prepares to head to the border. Christine Frizzell is covering sanctuary cities feeling financial pain. We'll get to her in our next half hour. But we begin our team coverage tonight with our Victoria de Cardenas as the state legislature works on approving DeSantis' authority to send the National Guard to help. Victoria.
Yeah, Governor DeSantis has often said that he believes the states have the right to fortify their borders against illegal immigration. He argues that President Biden has turned a blind eye to this crisis, so Florida is stepping up.
We have stepped up probably more than any other state has stepped up, and we're proud to do that. However, we don't think this is enough.
Governor Ron DeSantis Thursday announcing he will send up to 1,000 Florida National Guard members to Texas. For the first time ever, the State Guard will help.
The goal is to help Texas fortify this border, help them strengthen the barricades, help them add barriers, help them add the wire that they need to so that we can stop this invasion once and for all.
Back in 2022, the governor reinstated the State Guard, which had been deactivated after World War II. But before they go anywhere, lawmakers have to give him permission to send State Guard members outside Florida's borders. Florida National Guard members have been serving in Texas since 2021. They've helped arrest more than 2,000 undocumented migrants. Critics are attacking the move as a political stunt at the expense of taxpayers. Florida Democratic Party Chair Nikki Fried says Floridians deserve better. And the State and National Guard will join the more than 90 officers, including the Florida Highway Patrol, Fish and Wildlife, and Florida Department of Law Enforcement already deployed at the southern border. DeSantis did not say when we can expect those troops to be on their way to support Operation Lone Star. Back to you.
All right, thanks, Victoria. Well, Martin County Sheriff William Snyder, he says if you think Florida leaders shouldn't be spending time and money helping secure the U.S. border, think again.
His deputies just arrested 2 more drug smugglers with hundreds of fentanyl pills that came straight from the border.
Our Treasure Coast reporter Dylan Huberman got a chance to speak with the sheriff today, who says that they've arrested so many illegal immigrants, the jail is over capacity. Dylan?
Jim, Martin County Sheriff William Snyder has not been shy in crediting the border crisis for the recent spike in serious drug arrests in the county. And today he told CBS 12 News that he will be heading to the border himself to get a better understanding of what needs to be done.
The border has been coming to us and now I am going to it.
Martin County Sheriff William Snyder is heading to Cochise County, Arizona, at the invitation of local Sheriff Mark Daniels.
It's my belief that I'll come away with a better understanding of the phenomenon and maybe be able to direct resources here in a more focused approach.
Snyder's announcement follows Wednesday's arrests of Michael Whitehill and Jonathan Ramirez, who has an enormous Martin County tattoo on his stomach. The pair had 370 fentanyl pills that deputies say came straight over the border.
We actually have text messages in which the seller of the narcotics, in this case fentanyl, actually said, "This is my quote, border price."
Sheriff Snyder is preparing to call a state of emergency at the county jail because they don't have room for all the undocumented inmates.
As of today, our jail is currently over capacity, with inmates sleeping on the floor on mats.
While he is eager to get an up-close look at the border problem, the sheriff acknowledges fixing it is Washington's responsibility.
I can go to the border 100 times. Sheriff Daniels can triple his force. We can't stop what's going on until the federal government gets their act together, moves into the border, and stops it.
The sheriff and 2 deputies will be heading to the border in Arizona in a few weeks, and he also wants taxpayers to know that they are not paying for this trip. In Stewart, Dylan Huberman, CBS 12 News.
Police in West Palm Beach looking for business owners who might recognize 3 crooks. Investigators say these 3 were eating at Avocado Grill in downtown West Palm Beach last September when one of them claimed there was a rock in her salad and that it injured her tooth. Investigators say Ann Miller pretended to have the tooth injury, but she was coached on her performance by her sister-in-law Sheila Miller and Sheila's mom Mary Steinberg. Police say all 3 used fake names and IDs for the scam. The women sent Avocado Grill an invoice for more than $8,000 from a dental office in Coral Gables in Miami-Dade County. Ann and Steinberg went to meet with the owner of the restaurant to get their money, but instead, an undercover detective arrested them. All 3 face charges including grand theft and fraud.
A husband and wife from Lake Worth Beach now appearing before a judge this morning. The couple are accused of running 2 illegal arcades. This is Chi Min Woo and Lee Yun Kang. They ran a super winning arcades, one of them over on Forest Hill Boulevard in West Palm Beach, the other one just off of US 1 in Vero. An employee told detectives that they allowed drug deals in their arcades and manipulated the slot machines so no one would ever win. Both suspects are being held on a bond of more than $750,000 along with illegal gambling charges. They're also facing money laundering and conspiracy.
Boynton Beach police are still looking for a possible motive for a shooting involving a man with an assault rifle who fired several shots from a moving car. CBS 12's Al Peffley reports that the brazen shooting happened near a preschool. Al joins us live tonight in Boynton Beach. Al?
Liz, the shooting happened Tuesday here at the intersection of North Seacrest and Minor Road. While police don't have very much to say about this, the neighbors around here have plenty to say.
I think it's very scary. We live in a scary times, and this neighborhood here, we don't get that much protection from the police department.
Mike, who would not give us his last name, says he lives just 2 blocks from the corner of Minor Road and North Seacrest Boulevard, where a surveillance camera captured a shocking scene Tuesday a few minutes before 12 noon. The video shows 2 cars going through an intersection in broad daylight, with someone in the second car armed with an assault rifle firing several shots at the first car during a chase. Although police have not said where the video came from, this house at the corner has several surveillance cameras, and that may have been the source of the video.
Does it surprise you that somebody with an assault rifle would be shooting from a moving vehicle at another car?
In this neighborhood, no.
Why not?
Because we hear a lot of gunshots over in this neighborhood.
The shooting happened just a few doors down the street from Tiny Tykes Academy, a preschool on Minor Road with about 80 kids.
It's not safe for anybody at all. Any kids.
Charles Alexander's 5-year-old son, Bensley, attends the preschool. He says when someone is firing an assault rifle from a moving car, any innocent bystander or child could have been hit by a stray bullet.
When somebody has a big rifle like that, he could break the blocks, break the wood and stuff like that, coming inside here and hit the kids.
The bullets could go through the school.
Of course, yes.
Another parent of a 2-year-old girl who lives nearby says she's shocked by the shooting.
If I'm walking with my kids and somebody's shooting, I might be a victim.
We went to the Boynton Beach Police Department to try to get some answers. The police chief was unavailable, and a police spokeswoman says they have no further information to provide and the investigation is ongoing.
And I also called and emailed a city spokeswoman asking if we could possibly get an interview with the mayor or one of the city commissioners about this. She didn't respond for several hours, but just a few moments ago, she did send me an email back saying this is a police department matter and we should call the police. Live in Boynton Beach, Al Peffley, CBS 12 News.
You just never know what those cameras are going to catch. The company who sells those popular Ring doorbell cameras recently announcing that it would no longer be giving law enforcement access to its users. Police now, they were able to go to the Ring app and then request security footage from residents in neighborhoods where they were investigating crimes. But police now say this is a big step backwards for them.
Whether we're looking for a burglar, a murderer, or anything that might have happened in their neighborhood. I mean, you can pretty much name any crime, and we've had video cameras from Ring doorbell neighborhoods that have helped us solve those crimes.
Officers are now asking people who do have security cameras to register them with their local police department.
Next at 5, school metal detector installations, where you'll see them next in hopes of keeping your child safe.
First, Netflix, now several more streaming services cracking down on password sharing. We're going to tell you which ones.